Alright.
I knew you'd
Identity
turn up eventually.
crisis.
Good luck on your next adventure.
Pretty sure this is the one, right? Yeah. Alright. Hey, Dixie Normu, over here. I just finished speaking with Emberthal. I'm not sure what, but something's bothering her. She had lots of odd questions about Visage forms. Could she be ready to choose one? What? No way. How exciting. I think I saw her head over to the Victoria's Visage. You should check on her. I bet you could get her to spill the secret.
Take care of yourself
That'd be
out
cool.
there.
Emberthal in Visage form? Any plans on what you're gonna main? Paladin for sure. I'm gonna play a Herald of the Sun. Really? You haven't picked a Visage form yet? Do you still not feel ready? This is me. It has always been me. Why do I need another? I think you may be overthinking this, Emberthal. So the other scale commanders are here. Syndra Thresh and Viridia. That's kind of cool.
There is much to be done.
I take it Chromie sent you.
We will find our fate.
Perhaps Syndra Thresh is right. Still, if I'm to pick a Visage, I should at least give it some thought. I just do not fully understand the concept of Visage forms. I have heard that Visage is supposed to be one's own expression of self. How does one discover what that is? Maybe some of the individuals here in Valdrak can hold the answers. Dixie Normu, I need you to gather intel. I will remain here. Report back when your findings when you're finished.
Stay true.
Scale Commander, just doing her commanding. Go research this for me. Understand.
The
I won't go
skies
with you.
fall to me.
How did you find your truest self? I know my companion does not agree, but I find my Visage form inconvenient. Scales, teeth, wings, and tail. I feel so exposed without them. I am a Drakthir. When I am in Visage, I cannot reach anything. My truest self is who I am, who I always present. There are advantages to a Visage, but none could capture my elegance or ferocity.
In unity, find
Okay.
strength.
This hair stuff really is fun. How'd you find your truest self? How did I find myself? Truly, my Visage feels like my realist self. Odd, isn't it? When I first claimed my Visage form, I knew immediately. I'm just able to be me. Not a soldier, not a Drakthir, just Talon. And this hairstyle thing? It's to die for. You can change it up whenever you want, daily even.
Be bold.
Yeah, well,
Be
you
true.
used to have to spend money to do that. They changed that for us. I don't think it costs anything anymore. It's free, right? Herald of the Sun team? Oh, yeah. I kind of hate how your Visage form's so limited. It's like, oh, pick your Visage. This whole quest line is about picking your... Maybe I'll unlock some different Visage forms or something from this. I don't know. But, like, the fact that I only have one is kind of lame. Stalvin
Lord
Dawnburst.
Illidan knows the way.
I gave up what I must to protect those I love. How did you find your truest self? I am who I always was. My duty in life has remained the same, to protect those I hold dear to me. As a means to this end, I embraced the fell. I sacrificed my eyes, my soul. I let demonic energies warp my very being. But Stalvin is still here. My family was not so understanding. They cannot see past the changes. In their eyes, their son passed long ago. They need not mourn. Can they not see I did this for them?
Do not give in to the power of the Legion.
I will listen for now.
I found myself in undeath. How did you find your truest self? I barely remember who I was in life. She seems like a different person now. This form is who I am now. I do not use the same name that I used while living. I've changed too much. I used to resent it. To be truthful, I still do. I long for my beating heart. I pine for the warmth of my blood. I hated myself. Or at least that's what I thought. I did not hate myself. I resented my inability to choose. That right was stolen from me. I still dream of who I could have been. Okay, Sylvanas. However, I realize that holding on to what I could have been would only continue to stifle who I am. It will not be my life, but that of a stranger. It would not be my life, but that of a stranger.
There's work to be done.
You can change literally everything for free now. It's pretty neat for those who want the options or like different looks. Yeah, I change my characters all the time. If I change my transmog, there's a good chance that I'm changing my character's looks as well. Agreed, Primal, but again, I guess Drakthir is kind of a different due to the nature of their creation. I feel like letting us choose any race instead of super customizable human blood elf would have been so much better. I kind of agree too. Just to have that for the Visage form rather than like the dragon customizations that you don't really see most of the time anyway. The pack comes above all else. Druid of the Scythe. How did you find your truest self? The definition of self is forever changing. If you asked me who I was before this curse, I would have said a fierce protector of my people. I would have gone to any lengths to ensure they were safe, and I went too far. Yet after hundreds of years of mindless animal instinct, the me that you see now is not the one that existed. That once existed. The years I have lost. I have found myself through the lens of humility. A druid that no longer seeks to fight, but to teach. To teach future generations the danger of arrogance. Who am I now? A worgen. And a teacher. Despite it all, I'm still Varden. How did you find your truest self? I used to think I was only my human form. How could I be myself as some hairy mongrel? I refused to call myself a worgen. I told myself it was nothing but a curse I never chose. But I dreamed of hunting. I could smell the freshness of the forest breeze. I could no longer deny who I became. It was time for me to embrace it. I am Varden Claridge. I am a worgen. I did not choose this, but I do accept it. Despite it all, it's still you. 6 out of 9 intel gathered. Nice. I will say, Drakthir flight form is ultimate power fantasy. I just kind of wish you could prep for flight form without launching from the ground. You know what I mean? I wish I could kind of start on the ground and like just be able to fly at any moment instead of having to do like a cast bar that immediately sends me into the air. That's the only thing about Drakthir flying that I don't like. Liaria Nightspear.
The universe is full of mystery.
The void is part of all of us. I mean, that's some dialogue. I agree. How did you find your truest self? It's a constant battle to find myself, every day. Many new Rendori are concerned about losing themselves when they first embrace the void. And indeed, it can be a difficult task to decipher your own thoughts from the shadows. I can no more separate myself from the void than a fish from water. But I no longer fear it. Yes, it has changed me. But when I look back on my former self, I see that the void was always present. I have changed very little.
Sharella Ron.
It's kind of like Illyria. She hasn't really changed that much. It's kind of made out to be that way, but she's grown, but I don't think it's been like negative change upon her, you know? I think Illyria always had doubts and fears, and the Void tries to prey upon them, yes, but what the Void is doing is honestly forcing Illyria to give herself positive affirmations. That's kind of what the Void has done to her in my eyes in a lot of ways, is like it's forcing her to confront her own doubts and fears and stuff, and in doing so, she's basically wading through the madness of the Void by being kind to herself and reassuring herself that, like, you know, that her family does love her, and you know, maybe there is a path for Erator that isn't just gonna end in him dying, you know? Not letting the Void take advantage of something that's pretty much already there. So... Look at this gay little furry family. Yo, it's true. It's true. You got the panda with the Tauren with the fucking What the fuck are those called? Volpera. Oh my god. My family is everything to me. How'd you find your truest self? I view myself through the lens of my family. Xanda and I found Mova when she was an infant. Abandoned and helpless, we were her only hope. Looking back, before Mova, I had so many worries. So many meaningless and unimportant things that filled my days with stress. In motherhood, I have found serenity. Mova dwarfed all those worries, eclipsed all the stress. She taught me what is truly important to me. My truest self is my family.
Goodbye.
Yay! That's sweet. This is sweet. This is too woke. It's too woke. Gotta play some kata. Because that doesn't have any woke stuff in it either. Mova keeps our hands full most days. She is the light of our lives. And though sometimes I do wish our family shed a little less. Oh my god. They're coming at it strong, dude. It's an enormous task keeping our home clean and free of fur bunnies.
I hope to see you again soon.
They had to use fur and shedding. They had to go there with it, dude. Oh my god, they're just like... Yeah, they're gay and they're furry. You mad about it? I wonder how many people quit the game over this storyline. They see it and they're like... I gotta go Rule 34 this! And then they shut down the game forever. It's wild. I love it. Last one up here. Intel gathered. They were overcome by the passions Mr. Scribeson's prose unleashed. Give them some air and they'll be up in time to hear the climax. Oh my god. They're sitting here, wait a second. They're sitting here listening to this guy read erotica in a public setting. What the fuck is going on in Valdragon? Oh my god. It's like a public erotica club. Oh my fucking god. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh fuck. That is fucking hilarious. Oh. Holy shit. It really is ancient Rome. Oh, that was fucking funny. Oh. How'd you find your truest self? There can be no brawn without brains. Ogron Warp Chain. Orgon. I'm a warrior and a scholar. These two identities need not be mutually exclusive. I enjoy dusty tomes just as much as bloodied skulls. I used to hide this from my comrades. I feared they would not understand. This was not the case, however. My clan laughed at my hesitation, saying they knew all along about my secret reading hobby. Now I need not limit myself to Orgon the Warrior any longer. I am more than that. Oh, shit, dude. Whoever wrote this. Oh, shit. That's fucking funny. Oh, shit. Became an orc of culture. Report to Emberthal. Emberthal. I don't know if every bit of information that I gathered is going to be useful in you choosing your Visage form, but should you desire, I will share all of it with you. There's a club, there's a book club. Identity is something you choose. Identity is the sum of one's experiences. Identity is who you surround yourself with. Identity is defined by your preferences. The sum of one's experiences? Tell Emberthal about Varden Claridge, a worgen from Gilneas, or about Doria Ravenblight, the Death Knight. I'll tell you about Doria Ravenblight. Is she talking to me? Fuck.
Serve with honor.
Fuck!
Fair
No!
skies and strong
Did I just
winds.
accidentally skip that by exiting the fucking...
What do you have to report?
That is not correct, bro. That's not correct. I'm gonna have to do this quest again. Identity is the sum of one's experiences. Who taught you this lesson? We'll talk about Doria Ravenblight. To lose one's entire being, only to have it raised in service of one as cruel as the Lich King. I cannot wish such a fate on anyone. Doria shows reliance. She has triumphed and made a new life for herself. She had no memories of who she was before. How can she be so sure she knows who she is now? Fuck. Ask Emberthal what she plans to do.
Fair skies and strong winds.
Interesting. These are quite the varied answers.
We will find our fate.
I remain unsatisfied by these answers. It's fortunate that they know themselves, but I possess none of the qualities they espoused. I fear I'm now more unsure than ever. Excuse me, Dixie Normu. Emberthal, wait! Calic and Cinderthresh. Hello, Calic.
Here to spar?
Emberthal seems worried, but I'm sure she'll come back, and when she does, she'll pick a Visage form. Chromie told us all about the celebrations dragons used to have for Visage Day, so Calicos and I are going to blow stuff up. Fireworks, mostly. We'll need some arcane residue to make them, though. Conveniently, there are some arcane elementals just outside the Gardens of Unity that are ripe for the harvest. 3 of us have some other preparations to make here in Valdrakken.
Anything for an ally.
Mm-hmm.
How can I help?
What was Chromie's Visage Day like? Chromie came to me looking for guidance about her Visage form, not unlike Emberthal's doing now. It was the first time I had met Chromie, and she was a far cry from confident, snappy gnome that you're familiar with. She agonized over her decision, asking many different dragons why they had chosen the Visage they had. I told her the truth. I prefer to spend my time around mortals, and this form allows me to be peers. Us to be peers, equals. We were also very excited when it came time for the ceremony. I must admit, it was not what anyone was expecting, but it is uniquely Chromie. I think it suits her perfectly. I want to talk about something else. Gather your rosebuds.
Good luck.
Emberthal is quite troubled. It reminds me of a certain bronze dragon when she chose her Visage form. Not to worry. Once Emberthal has returned, we shall throw a proper Visage Day celebration. The fireworks are to match the colors of the dragon flights. Each enclave of the city grows special flowers in accordance with the enclave's flight. 3 of each color should be enough for the first batch of fireworks.
Fly true.
Yeah, it does serve as important representation, I would agree. And then I don't really think it's forced. Yeah, it's optional. Because I can even relate to this, and we're not even talking like trans or like alternate sexuality or gender or anything like that for me. Like, it's just about discovering who you are, you know, and that kind of changes sometimes. You know? Like, some of these people, like, again, that's why they're using examples like undeadism and shit like that. You know, that's not about gender and sexuality or any of those things. It's just about personal journeys and stuff, you know? Like, who am I? How do you see yourself, you know? You're a human being, you're a person, right? But, like, I don't know. If you had to come up with, like, a visage, something to represent you, what would it be? And that's what this is about, really. It's not really about sexuality or anything. It helps to represent that type of issue, yes, but it's not really about that. It's more about, what are you, you know? I wish what you say was also what people designing this had in mind. They did. And how could you say anything otherwise? What do you mean, you wish that's what they had in mind? What they have in mind is a direct reflection of what's happening in this quest. So it is what they had in mind. I'm not interpreting it differently for you. I'm literally explaining what the quest is to you. Some of you are like so like seemingly maybe like anti-woke brainwashed that it's like you can't really like move past what you think is just always like a political front. You know what I mean? Blizzard has been a conduit of representation for fucking 3 decades. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like a new thing. So, I'm sorry, this like woke agenda thing that many people are kind of like latching onto, I feel like is if you want to act like it's new, I think you're being a little naive. Because Blizzard has always had shit like this in their games, man. Play Overwatch. You know what I'm saying? The whole game is literally just like a big fucking representation mixing pot, and there's nothing wrong with that. Play the game and shoot people and play the champions. If you don't want to identify with anything with it, then fucking don't. But don't make it out to be like it's some negative thing that they're giving representation to people in a game. If it hurts your feelings that much, then maybe you should reassess why you're so offended about it and why it bothers you. I just don't think that it's like a... I don't think it's like very reasonable to be upset about it. I don't know. And to assume that they don't mean it well by doing this, I think is very... I think that's like a bad faith argument. Kind of like going into it, making the assumption that they didn't intend to just like tackle the concept of identity. And it's being made to be more about a political ideology in your eyes, which is disappointing because you're the one politicizing it when you think about it. You're the one in that way that's like maybe politic brained about it, you know? It's just a video game, man. They're not trying to fucking brainwash you. You know? Just play the game. I worry about Emberthal. Her mood has grown increasingly dark. By sticking to citizens of the city, pardon me, she's looking for ways she is similar to them instead of what makes her unique. Perhaps a broader sample size is in order. She needs stories to guide her. There are many such individuals with stories to tell in the Dragon Isles. Go and speak with them. Would that I could go myself, but the duties of a scale commander never rest. Personal tabard. Oh, cool. What is this? Why am I here? Is this a Dragon Isles resident?
We stand against chaos.
What makes you who you are? I do not have time to discuss this. Mara cannot wait. Please, can you help us? Wait, I have to do this quest in order to do this other quest?
20 minutes later.
Serving Mara has always been my most honored duty. Though I was built to serve this role, I have never found it to be uncomfortable or ill-fitting. I take pride in my service. All of Lady Mara's refty do. There's great comfort in knowing with certainty what one's purpose is there not? Yes and no. That is who I am.
Stay within order.
That's good. Okay, next one. Now that I've done all those side quests for that one piece of fucking dialogue right there. I just did all those quests for that. Very cool. I'm gonna fucking...
2 hours later.
So I'm confused. I didn't get to talk to that person about what makes them themselves. So I'm assuming that they left, and I'm gonna find them somewhere else where I will be able to get the answer. We are watching an ecological collapse, and while I agree we should do something, we shouldn't allow ourselves to act rashly. What makes you you? That's quite the question. Ishka pauses to think for a moment. Well, before I'm in Tharu, I was even slower to act than I am now. I've always preferred to wait and see and take a measured approach. That hasn't changed, but Tharu has helped me come out of my hesitant shell, so to speak. He respects who I am, but also compliments it. I'm half of both of our whole.
For dragonkind.
Sweet. How have I missed so many quests, bro? What the fuck is this? Oh, I must ask. Norman, I brought you here to ask. Did we just... We did. Want to get married? More than anything. I love you. And I you. More than anything. Now they're gonna have horse centaur man sex right here on the side of this pond, so we're gonna have to get out of here.
May your arrow always fly true.
Come on, we got lots to plan. Stop thinking about horse dicks, chat. Stop it. Dude. How?
3 weeks later.
What makes you who you are? Me not like other gnolls. Me first gnoll monarch. Other gnolls not make friends. Me like having friend. No want change. Can't say I blame you. Okay, now we're going back up here? Or down here? Maldraxxus soundtrack here? They need to change Horde and Alliance to be a choice instead of race locked. I actually kind of agree with that, dude. I think it'd be kind of cool to get rid of the racial restrictions. To be able to be an orc and be in the Alliance would be sick. And the idea that we don't have faction freedom to do that is kind of weird to me. Like, if someone wanted to do that, that they can't is strange, in my opinion. Especially when we're not at war, you know? I agree. Bartholomew, I agree. Unity's been an emerging theme since Sourfang and Anduin met at Brill, and everyone was like, we fight for Azeroth. Faction identity died at that point for me, in a sense. We banded together for a greater good despite any the grievances. Yep. And we always fucking do.
Are you
We always
good?
do.
Goodbye.
I didn't pick this up. I know, it's silly. A centaur and a dryad, right? Can't be more different. Ever since I first laid eyes on the Emerald Gardens, I've wanted to get to know one better. I just can't seem to say or do anything to keep them interested in me. Oh, you're into a dryad, huh? I'm further into plants and cute baby animals, and maybe killing poachers, but I don't even know where to start. Please, can you talk to them? You can talk to them, right? Could you ask around and find out what they like? Maybe I can have a shot.
Farewell, then.
Do dryads like hunting trophies, ballads, pet squirrels? By the talons of Onora, how am I gonna catch a pet squirrel? Oh, this might be hopeless.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
What the fuck is this place? Did you get some blue flowers? Yeah, you did.
Show me your hands.
Scout Sentun grins happily. Thanks again for all the help.
Fight with fury.
That's great,
Then
but can I
rest.
click on Erina?
Yes.
Guess not. What makes you who you are? Hello. Dryads and centaurs might look like they're similar, but we're very different. But who says opposites don't attract? Many of my clan consider any time spent with a dryad as wasted, better spent elsewhere. They say that there's no way a dryad can focus for long enough on anything that's not in the gardens. Maybe that's the case, but I'm still drawn to them. It's just my nature, I suppose. Many thanks for helping me out.
May the arrow always
cool.
fly true.
Erina smirks slyly. She seems rather pleased with the situation. Oh boy. That's so cute. That's cute. The main squeeze. This bar isn't for your kind. Now get. Mingle single. Mingling single. Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. We got okay. I mean, hey, any place with good food and drinks, all right with me. What you got? How'd you get in here? 4 legs only. Out. I didn't realize. I didn't even realize. Yeah, I am the only bipedal individual in here, aren't I? You want to see how a bear runs? I can show you. They look you up and down with a confused look on their face before returning to what they're doing.
Hold your dog.
Okay.
Take care with
All right.
Pyro.
Well, have fun. What makes you who you are? I've devoted my life to the hunt, but the time has come for me to devote myself to another. I only hope that I'm as capable a partner as I am a hunter. My clan's tradition dictates that I was to marry a master hunter, worthy of being at my side. From the moment I met Dawa, I knew that could not be the case. Tradition is important, yes, but being a part of Clan Shakar is a big part of who I am, but it's not all of it. I instead chose to follow my heart, and I'm fortunate that Sauron Khan saw that I was true.
May your prey fly low and run slow.
Greetings, friend. What makes you who you are? A large part of who I am stems from love for Narman. Ah, yes. There was so much grumbling and stamping of hooves on behalf of Elder Ogeril. It is true, we skipped many ceremonies and traditions, but our love was true, and we knew it was time. I'm grateful that our clans agree.
Now it will be quiet again.
That's good. If you guys don't, then we're in trouble. Centaur of the Plains. Here we go. We're back to Scale Commander. Scale Commander
Let us
Emberthal.
begin.
Okay, well, you got all
Stay
this dialogue. Hey, Chromie.
Look out for each other.
I wish we could throw the Dracthea their own Visage Day celebration. What was your Visage Day like? I remember it like it was yesterday. I was so nervous. I had no idea what kind of Visage form I was going to choose. I talked to dragons from all over Azeroth. That was helpful, but none of them spoke true to me. I realized that it was about how you see yourself. I don't see myself as a great warrior, or hero, or conqueror. I see myself as someone who wants to help build a brighter future for all of Azeroth. Gay. This just suits me. Okay, alright, Chromie.
Time ways
Hey.
must be preserved.
Thank you, Dixie Normu. If these do not help Emberthal, I don't think anything can.
I have patience to see.
Everyone, after hearing these stories, I've finally made my decision. How exciting, finally! Can't wait to see it. I've decided to not choose a Visage at all. Shocking! I do not need one. Now what a cop-out! Dixie Normu, the stories you brought me weren't about finding yourself. They were about accepting yourself. True. This is who I am, and it's enough. That's true. That is what all those people did. They didn't pick Visages. Does this mean the celebration's off the table? Not if I have anything to say about it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see a Visage form, but hey, I get it. That's the point of the story. Keeping a close tabard. Wow. That's a super nifty tabard, and it's all yours to customize how you want. Oh.
Is this goodbye or
Customize my tabard. Accept.
A pleasure doing business. A fair
Keeping a close tabard.
exchange.
Cool. Good quest. It's good. Like I said, it's about understanding your identity, understanding who you are. It's not about being a woke trans sissy. It's not about that. It's about, again, who you are. Don't let politics and perceptions of it get in the way of some of this shit, right? Like this is about figuring out who you are. I like this quest line a lot.